My name's Bronwyn Jane and I'm a psychic medium and a spiritual coach. You know, one of the topics that I love to unpick and explore and take deeper and deeper is ego. So misunderstood. And when people do discuss it, they discuss it on the surface. You might talk about someone being egotistical. In the spiritual community, they're always talking about fear and ego and even pride and ego, that type of thing. But if we really go into it, ego is when we step away from being in the present moment, when we apply judgment in any way. So when we step out of it, we go into the past, we judge the past, we evaluate the past. We go into the future, we put a whole lot of energy about what we want that to be, what we hope that to be. Once again, that energy of judgment. So when we come out of the now, and we hear all those words about being mindful and present, but well, realistically, when we come out of the now and just being aware of what's happening now without judging is the only time when we're not truly in ego. Only you know when you're in ego. That's the other thing too. It's a big thing where people go, they're in ego. And they're applying judgment to someone else about the energy and the state that they're in. But the person speaking is so in ego, they're oblivious. So only you know if you're in the present moment or not. No one else knows that but you. So therefore, no one else can really determine if you're in ego or not. So as soon as you step out of that present moment, you slip into a version, a density of ego. It's very hard not to. It's very human of us to always be in an aspect of ego. But it's a very interesting topic. And if we can spend more time being in the present moment, a whole heap of wonderful things happen. We don't have worry, we don't have stress. We can enjoy what we're experiencing and truly enjoy it. Not enjoy it with attachment, but enjoy it because it is. Because as soon as we attach to anything, any kind of outcome, anything that has happened, we go back into ego. So I said, it's far more than what most people delve into. So we can't be in the present moment all the time. It's very hard to function like that, but we can be aware when we slip out of it and we can try and pull ourselves back into it. But I think the purpose of really bringing this to your mind is to start thinking that, what is my mind doing? What am I thinking about? Am I going into the past, applying judgment? How do I feel? All those kind of things. Am I going into what I want, the future dreams, desires, and putting a whole heap of emotion and energy around that? To start being aware of where your mind is going and how often it's not present. How often we are not in present moment. All you've got to do is look at a group of people on their phones when we used to be able to go out, when we can gather, and how we're not interacting, we're not enjoying, or even if we're having a meal, we're not really present. So start considering how you can start being more present in your daily activities, in your daily life. And the reason why I encourage you to do this, once again, is because when we are present, we have less opportunity, opportunity is not the right word, but less chance even of slipping into being stressed about what's coming, worrying about what occurred. Less of those negative emotions can come into our world if we are just present. And when we're present, if we do have something, we can deal with it because we're staying right now, what is actually happening. Not the fear of what might happen, not imaginary fears, actual things that are happening. And then we can structure plans, processes, steps forward on how to maneuver through what is happening. And when we do that, when we come up with a plan that we know that we can action, there's no imaginary, there's no pretend, there's no all what ifs in it. We come up with a plan. Fear slips away because we actually have clear, concise steps. So another benefit of being present. When things do show up, deal with them. Come up with a plan. Don't add extra energy of worry, fear, what if to it. But once we deal with that, we have our steps, we move forward. When we go back to that present energy of being very aware of everything that is really, really happening without attachment. So I'm going to encourage you to start being aware of what your mind is doing. What's it thinking? Where's it going? And when it goes off on a tangent, whether it be into the past or into the future, pull it back into what is actually happening. Take away anything that is an imaginary that's not actually happening, and all those imaginary fears, take them out of the present moment. What's going on? Apply no judgment, no attachment to what's going on. Be very clear and concise, and you will be able to manage your energy better. If you like these kind of topics, if you like my energy, and I know this one was a little bit heavier and it's a little bit more to it, by all means, connect with me on Bronwyn Jane Medium. Like my page, share the post. I look forward to connecting with you in any way that we do in the future. Have an absolutely wonderful day.